Hey guys! Enjoying our reaction videos? If you are, please click the link to the reacted video in the description and show the creator lots of support. Thanks guys!
Okay guys, we're going to get further into the whole Goku versus Superman debacle. Now, a lot of you have been following along with us. You know that I watched both the ScrewAttack videos of Goku versus Superman and saw their conclusions and everything. And right after that, Jeremiah Piranha said, you got to watch SethTheProgrammer's debunking of ScrewAttack's Goku vs. Superman 1 and 2. And right after he said it, I got like mountains of you guys going, watch SethTheProgrammer's video, asshole. That'll debunk it all. And I'm fascinated to do it, but we're going to start it here. But I just want to give you guys a quick little, as most of you know this, for any of you who are new to this, I got to give a little disclaimer. My knowledge of the current Superman and Superman as he's changed over the past 30 years is shit. And I don't have nearly the knowledge of Dragon Ball and Goku that most of you have. So I enjoy seeing ScrewAttack's take on it, and to me it all made sense. But again, my depth of knowledge is just not there. So I watched this. I'll be right up front with tell you, I root for Goku because I was anti-Superman when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, you had the Superman versus Batman or Superman versus Hulk, because those were my two favorites. But the only way you had that conversation was in school with your buddies. There was no social media. There was no internet or anything like that. So we didn't, we were all even more ignorant than you might imagine. But now there's access to all the information you want. You guys know the backstory. You know every step of the way. So it's fun for me to watch this stuff. But again, my only opinion is I root against Superman and for Goku. I watch these to get all the details and find out how people think it really would have unfolded with a full knowledge of the characters. Does that make any sense at all? But let's see what SethTheProgrammer says. And I do really enjoy reading you guys' comments in all these, because I learn a lot from that too. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't look to me to say this is valid or that.
With me today,
that one's invalid because
I
don't have the
and we are going to be
knowledge.
debunking a heavily requested video, ScrewAttack Goku vs. Superman 1 and 2. Now, before we start, we should talk about, Seth, you're just debunking this because you're fucking Dragon Ball tard. What would you say about that, Chuck?
Well, if people actually look at the videos, we've debunked like 5 of our videos of our debunks are based on Dragon Ball. Like we debunked Zeno, like if he's omnipotent. We debunked, the Saitama shit. We debunked Saitama like 2 or 3 times. On my channel,
debunked Saitama?
I have
really?
2 Dragon Ball based debunks and only 1 Superman based debunk. So we have more that are anime based.
Yeah.
We've directly debunked Dragon Ball.
This is interesting, man. I'm anxious to see what he comes up with.
If you consider our Marvel and DC ones, like
all made sense to me what ScrewAttack said, even though I didn't like the outcome.
Say many characters shit on Goku, right? So we're just be debunking the notion that Goku solos these verses.
And I also actually got in contact with many Superman fans to make this video. They were very gracious and gave me some author quotes I'm going to be using. And some of them even gave me some, feats that I should use, since ScrewAttack actually downplayed Superman severely in this video, and we're going to be going over that as well. This isn't just, Seth, please prove why Goku shits on Superman.
How the hell?
It's not like that. We're explaining
how the hell could you downplay Superman? It seemed like he was
Alright, and
OP.
we're going to be going over why it's retarded for Goku and
as much
Superman
as OP can possibly be.
Sides, so
first off, they severely downplayed Goku, like, more than Superman, honestly, because of the calculations. And honestly, the multipliers they used for their calculations were completely wrong, right?
So basically what happened for speed...
Oh my god, these guys
They
are really doing the
Goku
math.
can move at 64, million kilometers per hour, and then for Super Saiyan, he can move 32 million kilometers per hour. So what they were trying to make it look like, they multiplied it by 50, because 6 times 5 is 30. So they thought they could slip in that 32 and make you think that they multiplied the other one by 50. But if you look at it, they actually said that Super Saiyan is half the speed of base Goku on their shit. They're trying to pull a fast one on us, bro. They think they're fucking retarded.
32 million.
Super
Yep,
Saiyan
he's
2
right.
Is exactly as fast as base Goku. So they literally downplayed Goku to be 100 times slower than he actually would have been.
All right,
so
I see.
Superman would have been.
So is that just a glitch or
So just
Screw
keep
it-
that in mind,
ScrewAttack, they
that they're
just
pulling this slithery ass shit when we're doing more of our calculations.
create
right?
that
So
wrong, or
literally in their own calculation,
was the actual calculation
Goku is
wrong?
over 100 times. Well, not 100. He's more like 20 times faster than Superman, because they had Superman at 10 times faster than light, and Goku would be like 260 times faster than light if you did the proper multipliers. So
All right,
Huh.
so I'm gonna give you like an exact.
What about
number.
that, guys?
So
Again,
they say
you
that
guys know
base
more
Goku is
about it than I
64
do.
million
Again,
times,
this makes sense
you
to
know,
me, but what the hell do I know?
The speed is 64 million kilometers per hour. You times it by 50 for Super Saiyan 1, and you should be getting about 3.2 billion. But what did they put on there? They put 32 million. So.
half base
Oh,
forward.
I see. Okay,
the
yeah,
Super
I was
Saiyan
reading
1,
it wrong
and
too.
then you times it by 2, you should be getting 6.4 billion. But what did they put on there? 64 million. I don't know why they did that. Like they're just trying to fucking downplay him, bro. Like,
Well,
what
the
is
whole
wrong
point-
with them?
I actually found out a motive for this.
Were they
So
downplaying
what,
or just made a
Ben
mistake?
Singer has actually stated on his Twitter, he made a post. Dragon Ball just brings out so many emotions in people.
It does. I
So
can't
by
believe how worked up
blatantly
everybody gets about
downplaying
these videos.
Goku to a degree where it makes Superman look like it shits on him because Goku's more popular, you'd be making people mad and creating controversy for your video so it gets more views. Thank you for enlightening me to that, Ben Singer, on your Twitter. But that explains exactly why they went to such great lengths and lied blatantly to make Superman win this death battle.
Ah.
And not to mention the whole no.
What do you
power
guys think? Do you
scaling
think they
thing
were lying?
is complete
They did screw
bullshit
up the-
because you need
apparently they did
scaling.
really
Otherwise
screw
you
up
would
the,
have ridiculous claims like saying that Master
the
Roshi
math.
is stronger than the Grand Priest or Xeno's guards because they haven't
I'm
done shit on
confused.
panel, but Master Roshi has busted a moon, right? So I mean, if you go just by feats, I mean, yeah, he'd be stronger, but you need scaling, man. Like, I mean, there's so many examples in comics where like some characters are basically featless, but they're stated or implied to be stronger than other characters. But we know logically they're much stronger, even though they barely show anything, right? So
Yeah.
And Dragon Ball works differently from
I'm
comics.
getting
too.
confused. You guys are gonna need to
Based
explain
on
this to me in the
actually what
comments.
Imply there's scaling there.
And
right?
and then like they say, oh, you can't use scaling by using some bullshit Kaizenshu quote, like a Kaizenshu's like an authority on Dragon Ball's fucking not.
They were basically nitpicking their sources. So they use like Kaizenshu, whatever, right? Or the Daizenshu.
Yeah, they
And-
quoted Vegito EX like he was part of the fucking Daizenshu or something.
Oh my god.
Like
There are
forgetting
really
that
people
many of
doing
these
some
guys, they state
investigative
things that
work
they're
on this,
making
aren't there?
Anime. Say for example, they state that Vegeta's a planet buster. Literally every single guide proves that Vegeta's a planet buster. They prove Frieza's a planet buster. They prove that Cell's a solar system buster, and they prove that Boo destroyed galaxies over many years.
It's also ironic because Ben Singer also says, oh, the
Vegeta,
argument of
are we
what's
there yet?
canon, what's not canon is pretty funny. But then if you use that logic, Goku has performed feats that can go like trillions of times the speed of light in episode 50 of Dragon Ball Z. If King Vegeta fucking triple planet busting with like a wave of his hand. Or, you have Kid
Oh,
Buu
shit.
fucking wiping out galaxies. You have Buhan about to threaten the entirety of the universe. So, if you are using all these sources, then
Oh
you
my
severely
God.
downplay
I'm
Goku.
getting overload.
That's just period.
But now we want to make the distinction
So
that
who would
they
win?
were trying to use Goku's speed on the Snake Way, right? Trying to imply it's the only feat that he has travel speed wise, even though they were trying to play it off as it was his combat speed. Even though Goku has a feat, there's no power levels involved, there's no power scaling involved in this. He has an actual feat where in the manga implies on the cover, I think it's volume
What
10 in the Frieza saga, that he travels across the planet, right?
Yeah.
And I believe it was
On the other
several
side of the
or
planet,
something
yep.
like that,
Yeah.
around those levels. And you multiply it by 50 by the official Super Saiyan multiplier, and you would easily get like a couple times faster in light. I actually believe you made a video on this many months ago, didn't you?
Yeah, he crossed the planet like
Well,
an
that-
instant, and then you multiply that by 50, you get about the speed of light, because it takes light 1 second to travel.
Guys, make sure you're filling me in the comments. I really want to know what you guys think about what Seth is saying here as opposed to what ScrewAttack said. I'm catching some of it, and there was definitely some mathematical improprieties there. There's no doubt about that. But other parts of it are going over my head. So keep,
We're on the world
let me
7
know.
times. So if you just have that, you get 1/14 the speed of light, and then times 50, you get
I
over
mean, I
that.
get the math,
But an even
but
better way to go
this-
about this,
when they
is you could take
relate it to
Piccolo
backstories of the
in just
characters, I start
early
getting lost.
Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Z, he blasted the moon, and it fucking hit the moon in just a couple seconds, right? And even if you just took that and multiplied it by the Super Saiyan multiplier, you'd have faster than light in just early Dragon Ball Z. So I mean, if you took their and then you take their gravity formula, where they say you got like 500 times stronger.
Okay,
in the
so
series, Jesus Christ, he'd be thousands of times the speed of light, bare minimum. So there's none of their calculations don't even make fucking sense.
There's a clear distinction between travel speed and combat speed.
So
even,
tell
like,
me, guys, why
DC
would they be
comics,
wrong
state
here?
this,
I mean,
right?
for those of you who
example,
think they
when
are,
Batman
I mean, the
and
math
Wonder
just
Woman
seems
and
right.
Superman are talking about it. You know, Wonder Woman says
that he would be
she's
substantially
faster in overall
faster than
combat,
Superman.
But Superman has the better raw speed or travel speed. And
Right.
then Superman says, "Oh, so like, what do you mean?" And then Bruce Wayne basically confirms to him, "Okay, who's faster, Bruce Lee or Usain Bolt?" Right? So Usain Bolt's much faster in overall running and travel speed, but Bruce Lee's much faster in combat
speed.
So,
Gotcha.
I mean, that's an example right there.
Okay.
Goku, like to imply that
that's
he's
a good
only,
illustration.
fucking like hypersonic or whatnot, like in Dragon Ball Z, even though he's much stronger than Raditz and Piccolo, who could react and fire these attacks that were relativistic to faster than light speeds. Is this complete bullshit, considering like even if you go down like the arc, in the Frieza saga, Goku like outright reacted to many of these attacks from Frieza, even like Gohan and a much stronger Piccolo, they couldn't react to. Only Vegeta could, and then Frieza got much faster, right? This is complete downplay on that part. I also found out that, I mean, they were just nitpicking like statements because they they took like a statement from Batman saying that
this is a head
Superman's top
explosion.
speed was, like,
We're never gonna
1 billion
completely.
kilometers per hour or whatnot. But they
We gotta have
statements from
Superman and
Dragon
Goku
Ball,
actually
right?
fight in
Like,
real life.
Cell stated that he was going to destroy the
So
solar
it's gotta
system,
happen.
or
They're not
and
fictional
his
characters
look at
anymore,
this
as far
or
as I'm
whatnot.
concerned.
I mean, we even have statements from the series that Vegeta says, to Goku, "You're much stronger than your son when he fought Cell." So we scale from that. Goku should be solar system level, a Super Saiyan 2 in the Buu saga. But
Yeah,
I mean, no, we can't
tons
do
of
statements.
guys.
We can't do statements for scaling. No, we
Yeah,
can't.
it's just ironic that they say all this stuff about sources, and yet they're willing to use Vegito EX. Literally not credible at all. He said, power levels are bullshit or whatever, even though that's never stated or whatever by anybody. He's using a fan statement, but he won't use the official guides. You're going against author intent, which is a logical fallacy. And
Oh
if you're
my
going
God.
by the anime, there are multi-solar system level
This
feats
is-
casually
this is-
by Kid Buu, right?
I
He's
never
slaughtered
thought I'd get
galaxies over
this swept up
years.
into something like this.
Whatever the
This
fuck.
is
And
interesting.
even slaughtering galaxies over years, that's not even just multi-solar system. That's also faster than light as well. So even if you just said that was faster than light at Super Saiyan 3 level, and then did your bullshit times 10 Super Saiyan 4 multiplier,
shit, these
you'd
guys
still
know
be
their
fucking
stuff.
wrong. So none of your shit is making sense here. So let's go into detail about how strong exactly they said he was.
Okay, now the one thing for certain, I mean, there was obviously mathematical errors. They illustrated that eloquently. So how? And again, because I know there's going to be people on both sides of this, because I read all the comments, and like I say, I enjoy reading the comments. So what about that, though, guys? I mean, doesn't that, if what they're saying here is true, if that math is that far off, doesn't that basically ruin the rest of ScrewAttack's take on it, or no?
All right, guys, I want to make a quick note of something. We actually meant to say 35 sextillion megatons, not 45 sextillion megatons. We had a little typo there. But I mean, relatively, like the levels that we got for attack potency and durability for Goku, they should still be pretty much in the same ranges of power. Okay, guys. So according to ScrewAttack, Goku's durability as a Super Saiyan 4 is 45 sextillion megatons, which is fucking pretty much, yeah, it's fucking nothing, and it's completely downplaying Goku's durability.
It sounds like a big number, though. I'll give him that.
But if you get into it and you get into the
my
scope of
God.
capability,
Yeah, that's not a big
how
number.
much force it takes to destroy a star or a solar system, it's like nothing, right?
Yeah.
So then, we do simple conversions. 45 sextillion megatons would be about 45 million zetatons, and 45,000 zetatons to yotatons is 45,000 yotatons. Now I know you guys are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are these numbers?"
Yeah, he
That
called
doesn't
it. That's
make
what I was
sense
saying.
So Superman was, calculated at 10 octillion megatons, which, at the very end of the, conversion, we get 100 billion yotatons. So that means that Superman would be about 2.2 million times stronger in durability than Goku. You know, we can use our calcs as well. We can use other people's calcs. You know, from Frieza, for example. Frieza's feat was calculated
these
to
guys
be,
are super geeks.
relatively small star level in his first form when he blew up Planet Vegeta.
When Frieza destroyed Planet Vegeta, he did it in his first form with one finger, ultra casually. This was confirmed in like every fucking Dragon Ball media out there. Anything that will talk about this will say Frieza destroyed it with one finger.
Okay.
He basically destroyed
makes it pretty
Planet
strong.
Vegeta within the time frame of about 1 second.
Brings
and
all new meaning to
completely
giving a planet a finger.
obliterated it. A planet with 10 times the mass or gravity
you,
of
Earth.
Earth,
Oh,
which
sorry.
would calculate to be 1.7 million yotatons of TNT or 1.7 tenatons, which would be high dwarf star level. Meaning
Okay, why are these guys not working for NASA?
even first form Frieza
Just for
would
the
in
math.
theory be stronger than ScrewAttack's hypothetical calculations for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. First form Frieza would be stronger by feats and science. So basically, fact would be stronger than the calculations they had for Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Oh my
that
God.
should instantly tell you these guys have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And then,
Well, these guys
let's
are
not
really
even get into the
viciously
fact
going
that
after him.
Final form
Holy
Frieza is
shit.
confirmed in the Daizenshu to be like
Dude,
200
calm down.
times
Just make your
stronger than
points.
that. So he'd easily be about star level. It's just absolute bullshit, man. And especially when you consider the fact that Perfect Cell would be a solar system buster, confirmed by pretty much every fucking guide and media out there, just like Frieza. He'd be a solar system buster, which is like thousands of times stronger than that at bare minimum. And then you have multi-solar system busters that could be fucking trillions of times greater than that.
Oh my God.
In the form of Kid Buu when he slaughtered galaxies. And don't even get me started on the fact that he threatened the universe within thousands of years.
So is there any doubt that ScrewAttack gave an underwhelming take on Goku's abilities? Or do you guys take issue with what Seth is saying here?
But
Again, and I ask
more
that
of a
sincerely
highball.
because I don't know.
They are off by at least 1,000,000 times.
Oh my God.
Oh,
So
fuck.
they definitely lowballed him here.
You know, like it was stated, by Vegeta that Goku's stronger than Gohan when he fought Cell, who's, come from a solar system buster.
Gohan was specifically stated to be a solar system buster in the guide as well. It wasn't just Cell, but Gohan was also stated to be.
Goku
Oh
Super
my
Saiyan
gosh.
2 is already pretty much like low scale multi-solar system level, right? And times 4 for Super Saiyan 3, he'd easily be
I'm brain damaged and I'm trying to absorb all this. It's not working out well.
solar system level, right? Considering he even fought Kid Buu, who, as we've proven, has destroyed galaxies over, several years. And even if you heavily downplay him, he could still destroy dozens of them a day.
No matter
Kid Buu should
whether
at
you
least
think
be
they're right or
star
wrong,
level anyway, because
I certainly appreciate the amount of
threaten the
thought
universe, you at
and
least
work that
gotta
these
be
guys put into
star
this.
level. I mean, come on now. Are you telling me Kid Buu is just like a hypersonic fucking planet buster? It would take him. It would take him like duodecillions of years to destroy the fucking universe. Like he'd be like barely any more of a threat than the actual like Frieza. So it
You
just
guys are
doesn't
gonna have
make
to break
any
this down
logical
into
sense at
simpler
all.
terms for me.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this. You can clearly tell that these guys are fucking rats anyway. I mean, look at how they calculated Goku's speed and they like deliberately fucking halved his speed instead of multiplying it so that he wouldn't be faster than Superman. I mean, just come on, man. You can't fucking tell me this shit is
Wow.
accurate, bro. I don't know who the fucking actually
We might need to get Seth and the ScrewAttack guys like into a WWE ring at some point or something. I'll ref.
listen to these guys with a straight face anymore, man. It's just so ridiculous. Anyways, we're going to be debunking their second one. So the thing about the second one, you'll agree with me on this one, is that it's extremely vague. Like, they just kind of said, well, I don't know, Goku's pretty tough, but Superman is infinite tough. So, like, they clearly didn't fucking try at all. They just kind of pulled out some fucking jack-off shit for Superman. So what they were doing is they're using New 52 Superman, and then they try to claim that he was infinite by using post-crisis Superman feats and All-Star Superman. But what happened is they said that Superman lifted the Spectre, and lifted a book with infinite pages,
That
which
all
I've debunked.
made
But
sense to
basically,
me.
the lowdown is Superman didn't lift the Spectre at all. Like, they literally tried to lift him, and they had the help of Green Lantern, by the way. They didn't. They tried to lift him, and they failed. They didn't lift him. So even if he was infinite, he didn't get picked up. So I don't know where they're going with that. So crashing to the earth, no effect. He's not infinite weight, and Superman never lifted him. For the infinite book, he never lifted that either. So I don't know why they're using that.
All right, and also not to mention, Superman has infinite.
See, I
lifting
don't know
potential.
anything
Why
about
does
this
he
stuff.
need help from Justice League to like carry planets? Like he's been shown
Yeah.
to struggle
Like,
with lifting planets.
Fucking
Like what the
pissing himself lifting these planets. Yeah, he's supposed to have infinite strength. Like, yeah, right. And what's with the fucking strength shit anyway? Since when did lifting strength equate to striking strength
it
anyway?
doesn't at all.
Yeah, what the fuck? So are you telling me that since Superman could
All right,
only,
that's
like,
a good point.
barely lift Earth and planets, that he's only has planet level punches? Frieza solos? Question mark?
Post-crisis Superman was able to punch, Darkseid so hard that it, shook a star system. Yet he struggles to lift planets, stuff like that. So
But I will agree
Oh,
on one
well,
thing.
okay, so
he
saying
has limitless potential. Okay.
Goku.
inconsistencies
Yeah,
and strength.
they both have limitless potential. Superman can absorb as much fucking sun radiation as he needs to, blah, blah, blah. Goku can become as strong as he needs to, blah, blah, blah. But neither of them have infinite strength, and I feel like that's a serious cop-out. It's almost as bad as a cop-out as, having Goku's speed. They basically just copped out, said he had infinite, even though he
So-
doesn't. There's actually a guide that specifically...
Okay, in the comment section too, if you guys are still with me on this, do either one or both of them have infinite possibilities for strength? Your opinions, because again, I want to get those.
He states that Superman has limits, and I feel like we need to bring this up as well. The writers don't agree with each other in Superman.
Yeah, so basically, like,
Oh, I didn't know
these,
that.
fanboys, they try to connect all these different continuities, even though all these authors contradict themselves. They don't all agree on the same thing. Like, for example, one may show, Superman can fight against Emperor Joker, who's like fifth dimensional, but then another writer says, he's only like moon level, right, or whatnot. So like you can't like connect them like accurately. It's just way too much.
Here's something. I'll give you an example. Question: who is the strongest character in comics? Which James Brackett replies with, "In any fight, my money's on Superman." So this writer thinks Superman is stronger than any character in comics.
Wow.
Now here's another author. Jerry Ordway is replying to the Goku vs Superman battle. He says, "Sorry, don't know that much about Goku's power levels to answer. Superman's strong, but he could win or lose depending on the variables." Now, what variables do you think would be in play here?
That's what I was
The
just wondering.
variables are, who is writing Superman? Is it someone that thinks Superman's a fucking god? Or is it someone that thinks Superman's fodder and can't even catch bullets? That's the problem with Superman, is he's inconsistent as fuck because he's written by so many different people.
See, that I wouldn't have
However,
known because I
Goku
haven't
is
followed
written by
the
one
comics
guy,
since
and
I was
that's
in
why,
my teens.
statements for him and guides for him are way different than they would be for Superman. But other than that, you can't really say anything about how
Makes
strong
sense,
God
too.
Goku is. I mean, because Dragon Ball Super wasn't out yet, and you can't really say anything about the Superman because he's some weird composite version. So if you're looking for an actual like New 52 versus God Goku, who the fuck wins? I want to know. I got a video on that. I got Superman fans on it with me. I fucking went in on that video. It will be in the description if you want to know an actual winner.
That's kind.
But for now,
That's-
I think
that's
this
interesting.
video has been fucking officially debunked. It is absolute shit. It
Nail
is
in the
literally,
coffin.
The
it
whole
is literally
speed
just
thing,
a
boy, that
fucking
does look
turd
bad.
on this website that people unfortunately have to look at, and that the unfortunate creators will never own up to for being a mistake. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed.
I did
Hope
enjoy
you learned
that.
something.
I
You
now
should
now you
subscribe
guys
to
got to
me,
help
more
clear up for
importantly,
me.
But also consider subscribing to my bottom bitch. And other than that, until next time.
Bottom bitch. That was, you know what? In all fairness, I appreciate both ScrewAttack and SethTheProgrammer for all the effort they put into these. Though they do, they make this stuff fascinating, especially for an old nerd like me. And again, when I was a kid, I was way into comics, way into all the superheroes and everything. But I don't have any knowledge of it, not firsthand knowledge of it since then. So all this is fascinating to me. And the one thing I will point out, no matter how many different ways you look at this, if you're trying to equate it to real life, the fighter who is the stronger, the faster, the smarter. While they have advantages, they don't always win. I mean, we see that all the time. In whatever type of fighting you want, whether it's boxing or MMA or whatever, there are always variables. There is the variables of heart, determination, and just luck within the fight, which plays a huge factor. So I don't know if you could ever come to a definitive, but please, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And again, that you guys see, there's way too many comments for me to be able to respond to them all, but I do read them because I'm fascinated to learn more about this. I've learned I didn't know any of this shit about Superman until I started watching these. So let me know what you think. And now I got to go like soak my head for a while because it feels like it's going to explode, which wouldn't really be that big a deal because my brain matter wouldn't even be enough to, put a dot on my camera lens. So it's little.